It's the early way, yeah. 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 What's up? I'm Early Earl. Thank y'all for sliding down into these YouTube streets and coming on down here to the Early Way. I'm coming at y'all with another Reddit Out Loud. And this is where we pull stories and questions from Reddit.com. We read them out loud, give our opinions, advice, and just laugh at how crazy these stories sound. Tune in. And we have our first Reddit Out Loud. And it says, am I the asshole for being upset with my husband for bringing up me cheating 9 years ago during an argument? Well, let's see. My husband and I have been married for nearly 11 years, and for the most part, our relationship has been strong. However, there's always been one painful chapter in our past that we both tried to move on from: my infidelity. 9 years ago, I made a terrible mistake and cheated on my husband. It was a moment of weakness, and I deeply regretted it the instant it happened. I came clean to my husband, and after a lot of tears and heartache, we managed to work through it and rebuild our marriage. But recently, during a heated argument about finances, my husband brought up my past infidelity. He accused me of being irresponsible with money, just like I was irresponsible with our marriage back then. I felt like it felt like a punch to the gut, and it was. I was devastated and furious. I worked so hard to regain my husband's trust and prove that I've changed since then. Bringing up something that happened almost a decade ago felt like a betrayal of that trust. It felt like he was using my past mistake against me as a weapon in our argument. And he was. I understand that my infidelity hurt him deeply, and I've done everything in my power to make amends and rebuild our relationship. But bringing it up now out the blue felt like a low blow, and it was a low blow. I love my husband, and I want our marriage to thrive, but it's hard to move forward when he brought up the past and used it as a low blow. Am I the asshole? And no, you are not the asshole. Whatever happened a long time ago. You cheated. Y'all supposed to have talked about it, and you done the work to regain his trust, and it's supposed to be done. So, on your part, you're not the asshole. Because to you, it's supposed to be over with. Y'all supposed to be rebuilding and moving forward. And him bringing it up after all this time, after all these years, shows that he never really forgave you. And it seemed like to me that he was just waiting for a moment to make you feel that same hurt that he's feeling. Because he's obviously still feeling hurt by it. And an NIGGA, he's going to be mad about you cheating on him forever. He ain't never going to let that shit go. He ain't never gonna let that shit go. And if you love your husband and you want your marriage to thrive, just take what he said and move on. You did cheat. You did do that. So he ain't tell no lies. He ain't tell no lies. And him just bringing that up in a different argument should just let you know that he always thinking about it. It ain't never left his mind. Anytime you leave that house, he thinking about what you doing. It ain't never left his mind. So if you want your marriage to work, continue dealing with him. If you don't, you know what to do. And hit it. Next question. And we have our next Reddit Out Loud. And it says, am I the asshole for kicking my family out after they made my son cry for being gay? My 15-year-old son is gay. My wife and I are fully supportive of him. I thought my family was too, but now I doubt that. They have been staying at my house for a few days since it's been a little while since we've seen each other in person. Everything was going great until yesterday. I was out running errands when my son called me crying and asked me to come home. I asked what was wrong, and he said he would tell me when I got home. I rushed home and my son was in his room crying. I was worried and asked him what was wrong. He told me that while I was gone, my parents kept telling him that he needs to find a girl to date and how it's wrong for him to be attracted to boys. And that's when your son should have told them old bitches to mind their motherfucking business. For real. They really pissed me off. Not only did they basically tell my son not to be gay, but they did it behind my back. I confronted my family about it and they admitted it. Okay. They ain't back down. They admitted it. They said that they just want what's best for my son and how he can find someone like my wife. I really didn't appreciate that comment and we argued over it and I ended up asking them to leave. They stormed out and now keep calling me and calling me a jerk. I'm conflicted. I really think I was right as I was defending my son, but their reactions are making me worried that I overreacted. Am I the asshole? No. You are not the asshole for defending your son. That's what you're supposed to do. And yeah, I bet you your son was happy when he heard you defend him to your parents or your people or whoever it was. And now I'm off you. I want to talk to your son. Pull your son up to the front. Pull your son up. Son, I want to tell you directly to love yourself. Be yourself. And learn from yourself. Don't let nobody tell you who to love and how you should love them. Family is important to have, but family isn't always blood. And if you have to distance yourself from them for your peace and your happiness, do it. Do it. Because right now at the age of 15, you already got so much going on in your head. You was brave enough to even come out to your family at the age of 15. That's a brave thing to do. And for them to want to throw you back in a closet and put you with a girl, that's wrong for them. So I want you, son, to love yourself, be yourself, and learn from yourself. Don't let nobody tell you nothing about your sexuality. You figure that out on your own. And that's all I got to say on that one. Next question. Our next Reddit Out Loud says, am I wrong? Workplace related. Let's see. Every day when I get to work, I smell marijuana in the parking lot. Okay then. Puff, puff, pass in the parking lot. I say puff, puff, pass. Puff, puff, pass in the parking lot. Every day. Also, multiple times a day, I can smell marijuana in the break room, especially at shift change. I say that to say that there have been multiple times I've had near misses at work because someone on a forklift or cart wasn't paying attention and nearly hit me and others. Reporting the misyields, no results. I work in a very large plant of about 3,500 employees on the total payroll. I have a wife and son at home who depend on me, and I'm sick and tired of coming into work and noticing the smell and wondering if I'm going to get hit by an idiot operating equipment under the influence. Am I the asshole for wanting to work in an environment of sobriety? No, you're not. You're not the asshole for wanting to have a safe workplace of sobriety. You're not. I'm wanting to make a phone call to the safe workplace or something similar to report it. And that's when you're going to become an asshole. Because now you need to mind your motherfucking business. Mind your business. You hate smelling weed, but who's to say that it's weed smokers that's not paying attention at work and nearly hitting you? Who's to say that it's them? You have other people who work and do other drugs or even drink on the job. Some go out to their car, have a shot, and go back to work. Who's to say that's not one of them that's hitting you, almost hit you at work? So you just assume because you smell the marijuana in the air that it's one of them? And I'm telling you that that's not it. As an advocate of someone who does that, and from experience, that's never the issue at work. That's never if anything, it make the workplace calmer, more easy, make it an easy, breezy, beautiful time at work. So are you wrong? No, you're not wrong for wanting to have a workplace of sobriety. You're not wrong. Everybody want that. If you want to be safe at work, that's the goal. Everybody want to be safe. But you wrong for wanting to report that shit. That's when you become wrong and you become an enemy to me. Next. And our next Reddit Out Loud says, am I the asshole for blowing up at my friend's girlfriend after she kept being rude to my brother's boyfriend? Well, let's see. So I, 24 male, have a brother, 22. Let's call him Kyle. He came out to our family when he was 18 and my parents kicked him out. I was already living by myself at that point, so I took him in. Kyle's mental state was bad. He didn't eat or sleep until I finally convinced him to seek help. Not gonna lie, I had a hard time coming to terms with the fact that he is gay as we were raised in a conservative household. But I slowly but steadily got used to it and accepted it that it wasn't a choice. Who would choose that kind of hate from others? Anyhow, since I was the only family he had left, I became very protective of him and cut many of my friends out for having the same views as my parents. As you should, cut their ass loose. My brother got into a relationship with his boyfriend, 23, and he's very happy. They are a cute couple, and I see how happy Cal truly is. I just moved into a new apartment, and I hosted a little party with my closest friends and my brother and his boyfriend. One of my best friends, Josh, 24, brought his girlfriend, who is 24 as well. Never met her as they just got together. She is a homophobic, shitty person. The minute she saw Cal holding his boyfriend's hand, she started a rant about how they are disgusting and how they are sinners that shouldn't be near those who try to live the way the Lord intended. Girl, bye. If you don't get the on, this went on for a good 5 minutes. My best friend tried to calm her down, but she said, and I quote, "No wonder your parents disown you. They wouldn't want a agate in their home." Oh my. What? I lost it. Called her a worthless piece of a human, and then went on to tell her many other things that left her in tears. She ran out, and my friend gave me a look, and he left too. The others at the party were divided. Some said what I said was justified, and others said that I took it too far. So Reddit, am I the asshole? No, you're not the asshole. You was not the asshole. You did exactly what I would have did. I would have cussed her ass out and would have cussed my best friend out too if he had something to say about it. Cause what the fuck? Like who the fuck? Who the fuck are you? I hate when people throw the Bible at you, but it's judging you in the same breath. That shit don't go together. Not to me, it don't. It don't go together at all. I never understood how someone else's living affects somebody else. I never understood that how I'm living it affect you in a way that you want to come at me disrespectfully. That don't work. And I understand that people have their different views of life and how the way life should be, and it's a way of respectfully voicing your opinion than being rude and disrespectful and just make a person want to just jump on your ass. You did right. You was not the asshole. I would have cussed her ass out too. Cussed my best friend out and cussed anybody else out who felt the way about it. And that's just that on that. Next question. And we have our last Reddit out loud. And it's a pretty long one, so y'all bear with me. And it says, am I the asshole for wanting to end my friendship with my childhood best friend because she didn't go to the gym with me? It sounds petty as fuck, but let's see. My best friend and I have been friends since we were 4. We used to hang out every weekend, but as we grew up, we slowly drifted apart. We have always remained friends, but things are just different. About 3 years ago, we stopped being friends for 8 months because she took my private information and shared it with one of her friends. Wait, hold up. About 3 years ago, we stopped being friends for 8 months because she took private information and shared it with one of her friends, and that would have been the end of our friendship right then and there. When I confronted her, she blocked me on everything and reached out months later to apologize. I accepted her apology and we were kind of friends again. So anything after she told your private information to somebody and you became her friend after that, anything after that is your fault. Because she just let you know what type of person she is. So anything she do to you after this is your fault. The issue started when she was constantly flaking on me. She wouldn't text me back when we had set plans and would cancel either right before meeting up or hours after, leaving me waiting around for her. I tried to end our friendship several times. However, she always convinces me to stay. She apologizes, promises to do better, and gives me random excuses. I even had a day planned with her when my dad was coming over for my sibling's birthday. We don't talk, and needed to be out the house. She canceled on that too, leaving me scrambling an hour before he arrived. The final straw was a few days ago. I joined the gym and ran into her while working out. She was giving me some pointers since I'm new and we agreed to be gym buddies. We made plans to go the next day, but she texted me an hour and a half after we were supposed to go saying she didn't feel well. I told her I hoped she felt better and she suggested we go the next day at 4. She texted me at 5 saying she was tied up doing something and would text me when she was done. I texted her at 7 because I hadn't heard from her and she said she was so sorry and would be done soon. At 8 she said she was tired after her thing and wanted to call it in the night. You should have just let it go. You already know how this girl is. No, that ain't your friend. She is not your friend. She swore we would go the next day because she had nothing to do after 2 p.m. I told her I was free at 3 and that was that. She texted me at 4 the next day saying she was now free again after the time we agreed and said she needed to go home and freshen up. She then texted me at 6 and asked if she was okay. She then texted me at 6 and asked if it was okay if she took a 20-minute nap. Fine, go ahead. An hour later, I still heard nothing and the gym was closing at 8. She said she was so sorry and that she didn't want to hold me back and to go alone because she was so tired. I told her I was frustrated because now I was rushing and she should just have told me hours ago she didn't want to go. I'm so upset because this is a recurring issue and she has no respect for me or my time. I'm thinking about ending our friendship. What you thinking about? End that shit. End it now. I know she would tell people it's just because of this isolated event, but it's more than that. She is never there for me when I need her. She never talk about me, and she is always leaving me high and dry. The worst part was when I ran into her at the gym, she was with the girl she told my information to, even though she told me they didn't talk anymore. It hurts me that she would show up for her but not me. Am I the asshole for ending our friendship over this? No, you're not the asshole for ending your friendship over that. You are the asshole for ending it so late. Reading this, I was drained, so I could just imagine how draining y'all friendship was. God damn, girl, she told you plenty of times she wasn't your friend. Why did it take this long for you to realize this bitch wasn't your friend? Girl, damn, that was long, tired, just like y'all friendship, long and tired, and it should have been over. Am I the asshole for wanting to end my friendship with my childhood best friend because she did go to the gym with me? You should have just left it as that, and we could have just all agreed that the answer would be yes. God damn, girl. And that is all we have for Reddit Out Loud. I do thank y'all for tuning in with me, and until next time.